It's day 115.
of the 29th year and beyond.
Okay.
Today's December 10th.
Yes, it is. December the 10th.
It's beginning to look a lot like
Christmas
I
everywhere
don't know the
you
words to
go. Okay.
that. Of course you would, but anyway.
Of course.
I want to talk about giving and children and raising children that like to give.
Um, yeah, generosity is, I believe, one of those things that that's something that one would benefit a lot more from if it's introduced early. I think that the older as people get, if they've not been groomed to be generous folks, more than likely, it's not very probable. It's possible,
But
but
not
not very
probable.
probable.
For Amber and John, even for their birthdays, we really didn't buy an astronomical amount of stuff. And then when they had birthday parties, they really didn't receive gifts because we usually had a theme. So John was an August baby, so theme was usually back to school.
Yeah.
We would have the kids bring school supplies and stuff like that, and we would deliver them to a shelter or somewhere where they were picking up school supplies. For Christmas, one year, Amber came to me and she said she wanted a goat and two chickens or something for World Vision instead of presents. And I'm like, okay. So I looked at the price. It was a little steep, but I said, okay, that's what you want. We'll do that. And so we got the goat and two chickens and got our little certificate and put it in her stocking. She was happy as a lark. We got her some little school supplies and some little art stuff. That was her Christmas that year. And I think it's really important that you teach your children early on the spirit of giving.
Yeah, and as I said, I think the earlier that that kind of generosity is introduced, the more one is willing to embrace it, and it becomes the norm for them. You know, Gail and I don't live an extravagant lifestyle at all by any stretch of the imagination, but we've always been willing to share what we've had, and we've taught our kids that from early on, being mindful of other folks, and even though we may not have abundance or extravagance, you still are much more blessed than someone else. Because there are still, regardless of what you do or do not possess,
Yeah.
there's always somebody who would look at your situation and say, boy, I wish I could be in your shoes.
That's right. I mean, even just going through their toys and picking out some of the best ones that they don't play with anymore, or clothes that they can't wear anymore that are still in excellent shape, taking the time to wash them and fold them. And I remember we had a church member, she would iron her clothes before she would give them away because her mother taught her that you always give your best.
But yeah, generosity, as we're leading up to Christmas, and, many people tend to go out and they're looking for gift giving and gift receiving and whatnot. And we're talking about giving without the expectation of receiving,
Yeah.
another gift in return. And the gift, when you are one that's generous, is just a satisfaction knowing that you've been able to help someone else or add value to someone else, and to see the joy that they may receive from by what you were able to share.
Yeah, some of the best moments I had was taking John and Amber to Walmart or Target and saying, okay, we have a list and we're shopping for other people, and watching them go through and strategically pick out what they would thought another little girl or another little boy would like, or say, I really want this, but this would be cool for somebody else to have, that kind of thing. And I mean, that was those are moments, like I said, making memories that I'll never forget.
Yeah. So, you get to cherish the memories while others get to cherish the gifts
Yeah.
that they receive.
Yeah. Inviting a coworker who may not have somewhere to go to Christmas dinner, or just to hang out with you and go to see a movie or something like that. Believe it or not, that's giving as well. It's giving of your time.
Absolutely. Which is, something that I've always valued more than anything else. I mean, it's nice to get store-bought gifts and that kind of thing, but for me, it's never been about what was bought for me or how extravagant something was. I've always cherished and really valued when someone has given of themselves,
Yeah.
of what they were able to share with me, be it their time or be it something that they created themselves. That was always much more meaningful, and it continues to be for me.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think it's important to teach your kids that as well. You know, sometimes just giving them the time, you know, especially as kids get older, you know, they don't really like to spend a whole lot of time with their grandparents or older people. And you might say, hey, you know, instead of giving them a present, give them a gift certificate and saying, you know, I'll come and rake your leaves, or I'll come and do housework, whatever you want me to do for an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. So, as we're getting closer and closer to the Christmas holidays, just be mindful of sharing. Truly is caring, and being willing to share what you have with those who may not.
That's it.
Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.